the group, when we talk about a behavioural framework, we often talk about how would you like opposition to perceive you, how would you like you to perceive your team, how would you try and give it some context. And I can recollect that we had the first conversation, there were quite a few words and behaviours being thrown around, and they got it to a point. And the next morning, the players said they were going to regroup a bit earlier and go through it. And I remember being invited over to just help, perhaps steer them, not input, not guide them, to an outcome, but just steer. And they were still going through it. It was a really healthy conversation, and my recollection would be that it was Laura who had sat fairly quietly in that group, and she made mention of the fact that when she plays for Australia and the national anthem's played, and she has her arms around, she said, you feel like my sisters. And at that moment, you knew that will be the trademark. Everyone else just went, that's it. And so that idea of sisters in arms.
It was a moment.
Yes, so.
Because I described that very story to many of the corporate people that I speak to, because I want them to understand how much it means to the players to represent their country. And they don't take that representation lightly, and immediately that picture of the sisters in arms, and when Laura described it, she described it so beautifully. It's the picture that's in her mind, and it connects straight away to her heart and her mind at the same time, and describes perfectly what it's like to be in the Australian Diamonds.
Yeah.
And it has this great connection to the past as well. Like the teams that have gone in the past have done the same things. They've linked arms, they sing the national anthem together. They truly are sisters in arms when they're out there battling away on the court, blood, sweat and tears for their country against England or Jamaica or whoever it is. Yeah. And it really encapsulates it perfectly. And I know that you said that was one of the things with the trademark, that it should be an emotional connection, and it clearly was.
I think the importance of having a trademark on the court is a common goal between everyone that steps out on court and on the bench, and we all know what we're there for. It resonates strongly with all of us. I think it also stems far away from the court in the new girls coming into the team and buying into the culture and the trademark that's been set, and feeling as though they have become a part of it. So I know since we have done a lot of the trademark work with Ray and leading teams, it really has brought a whole different meaning to being a diamond.
I think it gives you something to be accountable to. We've worked really hard on this trademark, and it's something that everyone has put a say into, and everyone has an opinion with it, and they've come together and made this amazing trademark. To put it out on court is completely different. That's a whole different ball game, and we are still learning to produce that out on court. But off court, it's about being accountable and being honest with one another. And I think as women, it is extremely hard to do that sometimes, but we've really taken it on board, and we're taking little steps at a time. It's not going to automatically happen, but it definitely gives us something to strive to and something to be accountable.